Hello everyone. Today I would like to tell you about a conversation between two people, the man and the woman. Number one, the woman said everything they put up the job notice on the website. They receive a lot of applications, and she thought there are at least 50. The man replied, the president would be happy when he heard that, because the president wanted to hire the head engineer, and he wanted the hire started working as soon as possible. The woman thought she didn't look at all of them because there are a lot of applications, and the man suggested helping her because he had some time around 10 o'clock the next day, and he would stop by her office and went over them together. Number two, the man said he had heard the woman had been promoted, and he congratulated on that. He asked when it was going to effect. The woman replied, "It started 2 weeks, and but he was busy until then because she was attending the training every day for it, and she didn't know she had time for back the stuff up." The man said he had finished the work for the day, and the woman suggested seeing the extra box to the supply closet. Number three, the woman asked if the man heard. At the staff meeting that morning, they said the store manager would retire that year. They were looking for someone internal to take that spot. The man was surprised by that, and he said he would to be a store manager, but he didn't think he had enough experience to be considered. The woman asked if the man took business class in college, and he had been assistant manager for a while. That was a lot of most of them, and the man wanted to know when interview started. The woman thought they would be compile a list of candidates that month and beginning the next month. And she suggested asking the human resource manager because he would know more. Number four, the man asked if the man heard about Stacy. She was quitting and going to work for Bryce publications, and the man was surprised by that because they were their biggest competitor. He thought Stacy would like it there. The woman agreed with him, and she explained they scout her and offer her a great position. It was hard to refuse. The woman was happy about that, and he thought they should start thinking about their career plans. The woman agreed with him, and she thought she would update her resume later that day. Number five, the man thanked the woman for coming to interview that day. He knew the location were hard to reach, and he introduced he was chief designer, and the man too said he was the head editor of the magazine. The woman was happy about meet them both. The woman too said they had looked over her resume and thought she would be a perfect addition to their designer department. But they weren't sure she had much experience in fashion photography. The woman explained she had been freelance work for her friend's fashion studio, and she asked if they would like to see some of these they use on website. She had brought some with her that day. and the main one agreed with her, and he suggested telling them about how she came up with her sorting method. Number 6. The man asked if the woman had applied for the company position that was advertised the week before. The woman said she was still revising her resume, and she thought she didn't feel like it stand out enough. She knew they would be opening the hiring to people outside the company as well. And the man replied if she wanted, he could send her his resume to use as a guide. And he had received a lot of help, and it definitely helped. And the woman thanked the man. Number 7. The woman said before they finished that day's meeting, she would like to talk about their hiring process for that year. In the past, they had always used a headhunter who recommended a candidate to them, but she would like to discontinue that server. The man was surprised by that because he thought it very successful. The woman agreed with him, but it was very costly, and compared with them to reduce hiring costs. And she would come up with a chart that showed how they hire people in the past. The man was surprised by that. He didn't expect the result. And then they should definitely go with the second best method. He would talk to the rest of the team so they could know more about that. Thank you for listening.